Hello, dear friends. Something is changing, even if it is difficult to define, but the signs are clear. Opinion piece. 777 portal. Sirius Connection. Frequency of freedom. Solar storm warning. New incorruptible financial system. Silver shortage due to solar panels. Gesara announcement in South America. Let's start. The 777 portal opened yesterday Friday, a powerful mass passage of Sirian consciousness that allows us to align with our higher self as we prepare for the massive changes that are yet to come. 7 is the code of the spiritual warrior, who moves forward without fear, and that is what is being asked of us now. Release fear and focus on love for higher consciousness and the new earth, says Celia Feng. Because we are in the sign of Cancer and under the influence of Sirius, the energy of the divine feminine power is Isis, goddess of abundance and fertility in ancient Egypt. She was an emissary of the Syrian star masters, who came to Earth as the first avatar of higher consciousness and abundance, along with her companion Osiris. They were followed 2,000 years later by Yeshua and Mary Magdalene and the energy of the galactic rose. Storm. Solar storm warning. Meteorologists at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says G1 class geomagnetic storms are possible this weekend, when a coronal mass ejection is expected to hit Earth's magnetic field. It was launched in our direction on 4th of July by an explosion in the magnetic field of sunspot AR3359. Staying calm and focused in a busy world will be the biggest challenge in the coming weeks and months. How not to get angry and do my job in a world that will be closing in on me. For a writer of conscience and a virtual hermit, what may come down the pike seems the opposite of heaven. As you move forward into this completely unknown territory, remember that slow and careful steps are completely acceptable. If you are challenged to know which path to follow, trust your heart and be aware that you are safe and secure along the way. The universe is always there and ready to help you in any possible way, says Jennifer Fairley in her Creator writings. An inclusive society means that you allow the other to exist alongside you, even if they have a different lifestyle or beliefs. It means that you allow the other person to have a different opinion from yours, even if you disagree. You allow everyone to participate if they want. You can accept someone without having to accept their views. You can allow someone without having to agree, according to the Arborians via Nadina Baum. Message. Mike Kinsey's higher self message. Deep down, humans are peaceful by nature, but living on Earth with such mixed and disrupted energy gives little opportunity to raise frequencies. However, when enough people have raised their frequency, it will help bring about positive change. It will happen in due time because you are raising the frequency, and it will continue to do so until you reach the point of change where negativity can no longer exist. It is your destiny, and nothing will stop positive change from manifesting. Try to be centered at all times and avoid disturbing situations. Simply walk away from them if necessary and don't get involved. Request. According to Adama of Telos, the frequency of the Earth is steadily increasing as the humankind asks for a better world. The key is in your request for improvement. Deep within your heart is the essence of the divine mind that you wanted to have when you came into this life. With each experience, you can assess whether it is one of the divine experiences of your heart or not. You could describe your divine experiences as full of love, freedom, peace, joy, creativity, beauty, abundance, and well-being. Anything less than that is part of the illusion and feels unpleasant. You are, in a sense, feeling your way to heaven on earth. When your experience is unpleasant, ask for the divine experience and wait. Focus and breathe. Calmness and a feeling of inner harmony are key to opening to the divine experience. When you have reached a certain level of inner harmony and direct your attention to improving your experience, you are moving towards the divine experience. Research news. A Gesara announcement was made for South America last Saturday, particularly in Brazil and Colombia. The General Economic Security and Reform Act represents the most revolutionary project in history and is intended to renew the world. By October 2023, all QFS protocols should be complete. The new incorruptible financial system will make it impossible to handle dirty money. Mark Sitas says things seems to be moving behind the scenes, but they are clamping down on any leaks. I think this silence is a good thing at the moment, but we have no indication of the timing. It looks like we are very close because of the efforts they are making to keep things quiet. Most of them are under some kind of confidentiality agreement. I keep hearing that they expect something within 10 days from the 1st of this month. In quotes, I don't think we are going to make it to the 2024 election. I think things are going to implode in Washington before then, opines Colonel Douglas McGregor. Ex-SAS Ricardo Bossi explains that the whole round the letter movement was started by some 300 to 400 officers. They originally planned to organize a coup, but decided to act slowly and systematically to avoid collateral damage. That's why it took so long. However, it has now reached a point where nothing can stop what is coming. Raymond Moore believes that the petrodollar will die in 6 weeks. According to the X22 report, those in power no longer pull the strings and the hunters become the hunted. Benjamin Fulford writes that there is evidence of some kind of financial anomaly taking place that could be the trigger for the long-awaited reset of the social economic system. US mortgage rates rise to 6.81%, the highest level this year. John Reed Stark, a former Securities and Exchange Commission official, says that the establishment of a central bank digital currency does not solve any problems, as there are already reliable digital currencies regulated by the authorities. In his view, the digital currency would also trigger privacy and security issues, as if Pandora's box were opened. The fiat currency debt system is heading towards a global credit market freeze, writes Awake in 3D. Shortage of silver due to industrial demand for solar panels. Gold and silver will be more important than any other commodity, because precious metals are needed to establish a new economy. China continues to de-dollarize its reserve as it increases its gold reserve for the 8th consecutive month. China strives to prove it can withstand the yuan's slide as the currency falls to a 14-year low. Container traffic between Russia and China via the Northern Sea route is inaugurated. Wyoming becomes the first state to enact a comprehensive Food Freedom Act that allows food to be sold directly from producer to consumer without no middlemen. Australia is the first country to use psilocybin to treat psychiatric conditions. A huge phosphate deposit is found in Norway that could meet global demand for batteries. Americas. Argentina's public transport strike affects the capital and 7 provinces. Argentina to keep interest rate at 97% as inflation falls. Very high. Argentina postpones payment of $2.6 billion to the IMF until the end of the month. Quito cable car suspended after rescuing more than 70 trapped people. AMLO confirms an explosion of Pemex Nohoc Alpha platform in Mexico. The IAEA found no explosives at the Zaporizhzhia power plant despite the report on its mining. Senior German officials expressed concern about Western escalation in Ukraine and signaled that Berlin will reject the most provocative proposals. Political scientist Alejandro Laurnagaray de Urquiza believes that the US knows that Ukraine will not defeat Russia and is sacrificing it in its interest. Science and technology. Flying electric car backed by SpaceX approved. The plan to block sunlight could have drastic climate consequences. Deep-sea experts have warned for years about the dangers of the design of the OceanGate bathyscaphe accident. Ban on recording without consent is unconstitutional, US court rules. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.